Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jesse Jackson III, best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series. Welcome. And what we're really excited about is that we understood a long time ago that the best response, the best proactive measure, the best way to get in front of negative behavior or students who struggle is with elite level instruction, elite level presentation of information and of the knowledge and kids being engaged in the process. And what that really means, to put this in layman's terms, is that means that the child has a very clear belief in the adult. I was with the teacher of the year yesterday in a particular state. I was at the school, but then I went in their classroom, random. I wanted to personally congratulate her. The news was just there with her and interviewing one of her students. And I could just look. Now, this is in an area, a city where, kids don't make it, but this lady, before I went in, you could look in the kids' faces. Now, notice, a lot of these kids have behavior problems in somebody else's class, right? But they're in her class. I'm looking in their face, and they have a divine belief in her as a person. That is something that I believe that we should all really take a very serious look at, because education is not theory. We're spending a lot of time and billions of dollars literally on theory and the what I call the policy, practice, ideology, which you have to do. However, what I find is that people lose on what we call the fundamentals. And a lot of times when you are talking about helping kids to get their behavior under control and their life under control, you don't understand the fundamental to it. And one of the major fundamentals of dealing with students with behavior issues is their confidence. And I always asked faculty, what is the greatest determinant in confidence? I mean, if you look at what is the major ingredients and what makes confidence and what is confidence made of the action word that actually makes confidence. And that word is the words we use towards ourselves or someone else. Confidence is put together by words. It's what you say. And a lot of us have really forsaken the importance of the words we use, even about ourselves. I want us to take a look at some things, because I believe this needs to get corrected. I believe a lot of us are hitting the wall because some things we don't understand. So when we think the simple piece about communication has four levels, four pillars. You have the words you use. So what we find, if I went to your faculty and I said, a lot of us are not good at communication with our students. I mean, pretty much everybody in that room would raise their hand and say, yes, I am. Yes, I am. But now notice, we'll read the discipline reports and we'll see there's a disconnect. And the disconnect is, it's not that you don't care about your kid or you're not, in theory, talking to them. The words you are using don't match, don't connect, and create variance and create problems. You can say it wrong and create a problem. You could have the best intention, the best heart, say it wrong, have a problem. Guys, this is something you have to comprehend. Word usage, legitimately, words you use. My teacher told me, my teacher taught me a long time ago, my mentor taught me the legitimate difference between the rich and the poor is the words you use. That's why I started doing Verbal Advantage. Once I learned that 10 years ago, I said, what? Yeah, your vocabulary. And man, it checks out. Man, it checks out. It is accurate. The words you use. And that's actually what causes a lot of the friction. It's not the heart, because I've not met teachers that don't care about kids. I met a lot of people that are antisocial and can't get along with people. But I have not met a teacher in my travels that doesn't care about children. So that's, I think, when you hear communicate, that's what triggers them, because they're saying, well, you're saying I don't care about kids, or I talk mean to my kids. Not at all. So also in that is tone. What's the level tone? No one likes to be yelled at, and no one likes sarcasm. Body language. So you'll say, I didn't say anything, but your body language spoke for you. Also a part of communication, which a lot of us are not very good at, it's listening. We have found that well over 60% of every referral written can be eliminated with a simple question. Why did you do that? What does why do? It demands that the kid think. I don't know is not an answer to any question. Listening. Do you realize these 4 things right here will save most marriages? They will save most parent-child relationships. This, folks, is the fundamental way to put yourself in a more successful situation with a student. The power of words. I want y'all to think, what do words do? Man, listen, words form destinies. So you as a teacher could give a kid a blueprint for their future with the words you use in regards to the child. I know that because that happened for me. See, none of this is my life. I know it's true. Words could actually decrease a situation with a child, or it can escalate it. Like, it's the words you use can make that thing get really crazy, or it can bring it all the way down. Success or failures in the power of your own tongue. I hear most people that lose a lot, they talk like losers. Words create futures. Words. So you only speak what's in your heart. So this is why the danger of us having these little meltdowns to where people blow up on each other. You know, they just blow up and they'll say all these rude and mean things and, you know, I hate you and bleep, bleep, and going all the way with it, and then want to come back and apologize. Now, you and I both know, even if I forgive you, well, you know, I lost my cool, baby. I'm sorry. You know how I get when I get a little, and notice this is folks' new little go-to, passionate, and I'm a competitor, and that's why you had a meltdown and said the things you said. And always remember, when that word leaves your mouth, it does not come back. You can't take it back, and it's yours to the end of time. What you say is in your heart, and I might forgive you. We might piece it up. We're good. However, it told me how you really feel about me. Words are powerful. They're relationship ruiners. They are relationship builders. Your words can frame a child's view of the future. What they can do, what they can be. If you can't control your tongue, you can't control your body. I'm teaching my students this now. My students, kids, you have to learn to control your mouth. If you can control your mouth, you can control your body. And notice what our kids have a problem with: impulse. When the feeling hits them, they go with it. And that friend is what gets you in trouble. And number 7, I'm going to put it to you very simply. You're going to have what you say. You're going to have what you say. So whatever you're saying, I challenge you to go back and review your life. I actually challenge you. Tape yourself for 7 days. Listen to what you're saying, and I guarantee you that's the life you have today. If anyone is discounting the power of their words over the course of their life and time, words are spirit. Words are a vibe. No one wants to be around someone guys, I have been to schools where the minute the principal or the superintendent comes and addresses the group, it takes the wind out of everybody's spirit. And I've also been around principals and superintendent. I got a new superintendent colleague in New York. I mean, he's dynamic, charismatic. When he opens his mouth, he lights up the room. Everybody loves him. Everybody's leaning forward, engaged, because he understands the power of his words, and it has a spirit, and he uses his words to lift the spirits of people. That, my friend, is something that as a teacher, we cannot in ignorance neglect. Like, look, you're going to have what you say. So now, okay, you might say it one time in ignorance, be like, oh, okay, that's not going to happen. Stay with it over time. And all I know is your mouth is that powerful that whatever you say is going to happen, positive or negative. So why would you not use your mouth to create strength? Well, I know I'm just being honest. Well, sometimes, do you realize silence is probably one of the most powerful words that have ever been created? You don't have to say it. There's things you don't have to say. And you can actually help yourself by not saying it. This is how you build confidence. There's things we should say to students, and there's things we should not say to students. There are things we should say. Hey, listen, as a teacher, how can I improve as your teacher? How can I help you? What teacher in a right mind would ask the kids, how can I improve? An elite one, the ones that get to be teacher of the year of their state. This behavior is unacceptable. We don't tell kids to stop behavior. We have to tell them it's unacceptable so they understand that it's not acceptable. We have to be very direct with our words because that's what gets programmed in there. You can do this. You're smart. You're capable. Stop talking. Not shut up. Not shut up. I've heard that this week. You have to focus. The teacher telling the child, you have to focus. Concentrate. You can do this. You're capable. Be serious. Focus on your work. Stop talking. Stop talking. Not shut up. Not be quiet. Stop talking. Stop talking. These are just some basic things you say, but guess what? The basics is where a lot of folks just miss. And then you say, things we should not say. Well, hey, with this conduct, you're going to end up dead or in prison. Did you realize that statement has actually happened? That's exactly where we ended up. Dead or in prison. You're exactly right. I had one parent that lost her child. God bless. And she said when she came, to the grief meeting, she said, well, I would always tell my son he was going to end up dead. This would happen to him. Okay. I don't know what else to say. I know too much. There's power. They frame a destiny. They frame a future. Those words with those kids, you can put them in a mind. I mean, if you can tell them they're going to be dead or in prison, you can brainwash them and tell them they can go into college and go and work or get a skilled trade. You can do that too. You could frame that picture. You could show them what an electrician's life looked like. You could show them what pouring concrete looked like. Being a contractor, you could paint that picture. If you can paint that picture, you can paint that other picture of what a good life looks like. With that conduct, you're going to end up on welfare. And we like to say, we don't do any welfare references. That's not what we do. Teachers, why do you think that's your job? You're going to end up having all these babies and stuff. We just don't talk like that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't build anybody up. And notice this is where a lot of people really need clarity. There's a big difference between speaking the truth, because a lot of people feel that they are so compelled to just be truthful or keep it real. Knowing the truth is the way to be free. Knowing the truth. So me knowing what's true is my path to freedom. Not speaking the truth. This right here can make things much worse. That was a free tip for somebody. That was a career saver for somebody. Your parents don't care. We said you don't have babies be on welfare. You can't do this work. School may not be for a kid like you. Because a teacher told me that, right? And then school is not for you. You don't know how to act. Did you ever notice that our kids' behavior does not improve the more you tell them they don't know how to act? That's something that I want us to really, really, really review. There's things to say. There's things not to say. Words are powerful. Words build confidence. We as educators can use our words in that classroom, in that school building, that can frame a destiny for a young person that can change their life forever. And that, friends, is a lot of power. Watch what you say. Watch your mouth. You're going to have everything you say and that comes out of your mouth. So since that is true, and we know it is, go back and review your life. It's just what you've been saying. It's your conversations. There's some folks, their whole conversations are about other people. That's why they're never happy. There's some folks' conversation that's about property, and what they can amass and obtain and things. Well, that's what their life is about. And then there's some folks' life that's about the places they can go. And guess what? They get to see beautiful places and do beautiful things because their conversation is in a different place. Don't spend your energy talking about other people. Spend your energy talking about the places you can go and the realities you can realize. And it is the teacher who has the power to create a narrative and a vision for a child with the words they use. I hope these things help. That's really exciting to me. That's something that I know is true. I believe it happened for me. I'm still doing it. I'm still out here brainwashing kids that they could either go to a 4-year university, go to a 2-year community college, get a vocation and make some really good money, $50 and up, go to the military and serve honorably, and that they can, but everybody's got to go to work. That's my final thing with all my students. All y'all got to do something. You gonna get them go to work. And so since you're gonna go to work, you should make as much money as possible. And education is what helps you do that. And that is my message, and it will never change. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for all the support that we get, because that message can never change for these young people. They need to hear it. They need to hear it. And that's what we keep, putting forth and moving forward. And that's what needs to be done for our students. As always, share these videos with your colleagues. I hope these things help. This is very serious. What I just gave you, man, it's half the battle. It's right there in the tongue, in the mouth. What are you saying? Because what you are saying will create that environment, and that's what will put you over the top. As always, if I can help you, please always let us know. We do this for the people, and it's just really awesome to see schools and districts, man, really turning that curve. That is probably the most exciting thing. To have a school that's been an F forever, and to make that game in that year and come up to a high D, and we know we were like 2 or 3 kids off from getting a C. It's what a blessing, and we know where we're headed. So our next stop is to the C, and then the B, and then we'll be at that A. And it's about that A school production. That means it's a process. Just everybody do your part. So thankful to you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.